Hello, it's Monday, April 27th, 2020, and I want to remember my roommate in New York City, His Royal Highness Hassan Durrani. I'm not making that up. I met Hassan through an roommate location agency. I had just moved to Manhattan in the summer of 1977. At first, I stayed with my friend John Grabowski. He and I had been students together at Illinois State University, and John was living, I think, on the Upper West Side, and I only stayed with him a short time because he had roommates of his own, and I didn't want to stay too long at the party. So I listed with this agency, and they put me in touch with Hassan, and I went over to his place. He had it was a two-bedroom flat in the neighborhood called Murray Hill, not far from the Empire State Building. Well, when I went over to Hassan's apartment, I noticed that on the walls he had all these photos of Queen Elizabeth II, all sorts of European royalty, and so I asked him, what is this all about? And he told me that he was the pretender to the throne of Afghanistan. I think this was even before the Russians rolled into Kabul. This was 1977. And his brother was the oldest in the family. His father had been, or was supposed to have been, king of Afghanistan in the early part of the 20th century, but, geopolitics prevented the restoration of the monarchy. But Hassan was hell-bent on becoming king of Afghanistan, even though he was working as I think he worked in the fragrance department at Bloomingdale's. It was this big old raging, Oxford-educated Afghan queen. Well, and he became my roommate, or I became his roommate. And he had this little rat dog. I forget what the dog's name was. I think it was like a Scottish Terrier. That dog and I did not get on well. Oh, it was just awful. But Hassan and I got on okay. And I stayed there through the summer of Sam in 1977 until I got my own place on the west side in the garment district, Chelsea. I found a room in Chelsea, just like Sally Bowles. Anyway, so that's my reminiscence about Hassan. Be fabulous.